Hey guys, welcome to my Simon guide. If you are like me and you don't want to one-shot Simon, I'm sure all of you have seen that video, and you want to do it the hard way, like the boss is intended, respect to you, welcome to my guide. I don't usually make guides, so I hope you guys have some patience with me. English is also not my first language, so let's get started. Let's start talking about Simon. Simon has three phases. The first phase I won't really talk about because it's kind of irrelevant with this setup that I'm using. The second phase is arguably the hardest. Took me the longest. The second phase you have to do with two characters. Why do you need to do Simon with two characters? Because in the second phase, when his sword grows big, at 30%, he will remove your current party. He will remove your current party and make you send in your reserve. Your reserve party has to finish him. In the last in the last phase, at 30%, he gets empowered a little bit, but I found it to be quite easy. All he does is his mirror attack that he does with his sword afterwards is just one extra, so you need to do one extra dodge every mirror attack. And he also doesn't reduce your party's HP to a 1 anymore in the last phase. So I did the last phase in one try, but the second phase took me so long. It's really a laughing matter. So let's get into this setup that I'm using. I use Verso and Monoko as my first party, just two of us. And in my third party I have Sciel, Lune, and Mael. Let's get started with Monoko, shall we? What I do with Monoko. Before we start talking about Monoko, let's take a look at the stats. My recommended stats for this boss are at least 2000 speed and above 10,000 HP. Speed is very important. If this boss attacks 3 times in a row, you are just doomed. There's just no way you will survive. Health is important so that if we mess up like 1 or 2 tries, we will still live. Let's take a look at Monoko's role. Monoko I use as a support basically. He's a debuffer. Let's take a look at his skills. What do I do with Monoko? I have a slow ability with Monoko that I try to apply as often as possible. You can also take there's also a Pictogram that I found out later, by the way, that increases the slow effect by an additional 15%. That's huge, by the way. I definitely recommend that you get that one. Then we have a Sciel. I apply Sciel with Monoko as often as possible. I have a Pictogram that when I apply Sciel, I also apply a Powerful and Rush. Rush is super important. We want to go as fast as possible and give this guy as little turns as possible. So we want to keep Rush up at like all times. Besides that, we have powerless. We have Ballad Charm, sorry. We apply powerless to the target for 3 turns. What powerless does is it reduces Simon's damage by 20%. You might say like, okay, 20% is not that much, but we can equip a Pictogram with Lumina points that increases powerless by an extra 15%. So Simon does like 35% reduced damage, and that's the way that we are going to live through Simon's fight, or at least try to. If I had to prioritize, I would always say apply powerless above ice, above the slow. Like slow we can deal with, but like if you don't have powerless and he hits you once, it's just game over. One thing to on extra detail with Monoko is that if he is in heavy mask and we apply the Sciel, he also applies a shield, which is very bad. I totally forgot about that because Simon steals your shields. Like if you look at the replay that I will show after this, you will see that I accidentally forgot about it once and Simon steals my shield, but it's in the first phase, so it doesn't matter that much. As for the weapon, doesn't really matter what you use with Monoko, at least. You can pick whatever you want. The Pictos. With the Pictos, I usually go for stats. I don't really look at what they do. Obviously, I try to equip the big ones first, so we don't have to waste our Lumina points on that. But besides that, I try to go for HP, as I said, like at least above 10,000 HP and at least above 2,000 speed. That's my recommendation for fighting Simon. Let's take a look at the Pictos. Most of these Pictos you don't need, like it's not a must-have. Like if you don't have a lot of Lumina points, don't worry about it. There's also, like, just before the boss, there's a good farming spot with the merchant. There's all those monsters there. They drop those Lumina points. So if you're like low on Lumina points, I definitely recommend you farm there for a bit. So what is a must-have on like Monoko? We obviously need Cheater. Without Cheater, it's just I don't even think it's possible. Maybe if you're like a speedrun god. If we need Clair's life. Why do we need Clair's life? This one is very important. One of Simon's abilities is that after he attacks, when his turn ends, he reduces one party member to 1 HP. And the way we counter this is that we use Clair's life, obviously. Like with Cheater, we get to play 2 turns, like twice in a row, and we always recover to 100% health. The only way this sometimes is an issue, where Simon reduces your HP to 1, but it's not that character's turn yet in a while. In that case, I use a health tint to restore some health. It's not the worst if one of your character dies, but it depends. If Simon has 2 turns in a row, and he kills you in the first turn, he will remove the canvas from the fight, so the body from the fight, so you can't revive. But if he only does 1 turn, or he does on the last turn he kills your party member, you can always revive. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. What do we have else? What else do we have that's important? These are combo attack you don't really need. You don't really need this one because we don't really deal damage with Monoko. First strike is a must. We always want to play first. Painted power, to be honest, I didn't even have this equipped on Monoko when I did the fight, because like we don't really deal damage with Monoko on this fight. This one is what the Pictogram was talking about. Powerless applies 15% additional damage reduction. You need this. It's very necessary. We have second chance on Monoko, which is always useful. Then we have this combination of pictograms that I really like. When we apply Shell, we get powerful. But when we apply powerful, we always also apply rush. So if you can get these two on all your characters, it's so good. It's honestly amazing. We have energizing turn. We play twice, so we get twice 1 AP. We have tainted. Also, one additional thing with Monoko, I will show you, is that if we look at his skills, Monoko has a gradient move that we will use called Breakpoint. Deals extreme single target damage, fills the target's break bar and breaks it. We need this. Why do we need this? If we break a target, if we break Simon, he takes additional damage. But also, if I go to his Pictos, where is it? Here, this one. Breaking a target doubles its burn amount. So with Verso, we are running a burn build. Verso only does auto attacks and tries to apply as many burn effects as possible. That's why we really need this one. Okay, that's it for Monoko. Let's take a look at Mael. So Mael is my tank. No, what? Mael a tank? Yes, I know. That's what I chose for. Why? Because she has tank abilities. Like, she has tank skills. For example, she has this one, Ejid. I hope I pronounced that right. I swear it. Protects allies by taking damage in their turn in their place for 2 turns. So obviously this is very useful. And then we have, if you have Shell, the duration is extended by 1 on gaining Shell, right? We have Guard Up. We use this a lot because when we apply Shell, it helps the Ejid, and it helps when we apply Shell. We also apply Rush, and we want Rush. We use Phantom Strike to deal to get the 35% gradient charge. Let's take a look at her weapon. Duanum. In defensive stance, gaining AP also gives 1 AP to allies. Very useful because I use Energy Master on most of my character. If you don't know what Energy Master is the pictogram that doubles all the AP gain. So if I with Sciel I get 1 AP to allies, it doubles. Then we have standless. If standless base attack switch to defensive stance, is quite useful, but we don't really auto attack, to be honest. And the last one, plus AP on stance switch, very useful. We look at our Pictos. So with Sciel, we only go health and defense. If you look at her speed, it's not the recommended amount that I said. It's not 2000, but that's because with Sciel, I always skip the turn. I always give the turn to Sciel, so she can apply the Edgeat. What kind of Pictos do we use with her? Kind of standard, like I said earlier. Cheater, Clair's life, and like everything else is kind of optional. Like as long as you have those two, and powerful on Sciel, I guess. Rush on powerful, energizing turn, very useful. That's basically it for her. So she doesn't have that much interesting stuff. Only the Pictos that she has equipped are very important, and that she's in defensive stance at all the time. Because in defensive stance she takes 50% less damage, and she can tank very good. Then we have Verso. On Verso we use Corpso. Corpso base attack applies 2 burn stacks per rank. We get the rank as high as possible by using free aim shots. With Verso, I always have like 6 or 7 AP after doing like a base attack, and then we can shoot, get our rank up, and then with this weapon we will do a lot of burn damage because the burn damage is increased per rank, and we will get a lot of burn stacks. What kind of Pictos do I use on Verso? On Verso, I just go for health and speed like the others. I have 14,000 HP and speed of 2,500. Obviously, I gave like most of the good Pictos with like the highest stats to Verso because the second phase is the hardest. Let's take a look at his Pictos. Also, the skills of Verso are irrelevant because we don't use skills, we only use auto attacks. Take a look at his Pictos. Like I said, like I have a lot of Lumina points on Verso. You don't need all of these. You only need the essential ones. I will show you what the essential ones are. I would say Burn Affinity is pretty good. 25% increased damage on burning targets. You don't really need this. Changing crit. This one is very important. We want to fill up the gradient charge so Monoko can break Simon in the second phase. Then we have Cheater. You need this one, very important. Clair's life, you can't do it without this one. Combo attack is very necessary to apply as many burn stacks as possible. Combo attack 1 also very necessary. We have critical burn. It's nice extra damage, but it's not very effective. Not very necessary. Sorry. We have a double burn. On applying a burn stack, apply a second one. This one you need to have. Like if you don't have this one, the fight is going to take so much longer. You really need it. This one is optional. This one is okay to have. You get 1 extra AP, so you get higher rank faster. Energizing attack must have. Well, not, let's say not must have, but it's very good with this burn build. Energy Master, I would say if you can, please take this one so you can do more aim shots. Exposing attack completely optional, but very nice. Then we have greater defense less, which is good with exposing attack, so he gets a bigger defensive debuff. First strike, we need to have first strike. We want to play first. We don't want to let Simon play first. Inverted affinity. This one is like your own choice, like I said. But like it's not that negative because we play twice anyway, so it's already 2 turns gone, and then there's only basically 1 turn where you can't heal, and I don't find that too bothersome. We have longer shell, we have longer burn. We really need this one. You need this one for this build. Paint power, obviously we need. Not very necessary. Powerful on Sciel, very good. Tainted, also very good. Increased damage for each status effect. We apply 3 status effects all the time, so there's like 45% increased damage. Warming up is nice to have. Solo fighter is also nice to have. If you can get this one, get it, because if you look at the video that I will show after, you will see that Verso go fights solo, because I let Monoko die actually by pure accident. Yeah, that's it for Verso. Let's go over to Lune. Lune, what do we have with Lune? We have this weapon. It's optional. Completely optional. You can basically choose whatever weapon you want, but I like this one. I've been running with it for quite a while. What skills do we have on Lune? We only basically use 2 skills on Lune. We use Elemental Trick, deal low single target ice, fire, lightning, earth damage, and critical hits generate corresponding stains. So we want 100% crit rate on Lune to use this spell and always get 4 stains. Actually, if you look at the video, I had a 97% crit rate, and I got really unlucky, and I only generated 3 stains in towards the end. It was kind of funny, to be honest. And then we use Elemental Genesis over and over as often as we can. This skill hits like a truck, and it's like the only thing, like besides the burn, that does a little bit of damage on Simon. So we count on her to basically finish the job, because Mael doesn't do damage, but she does. Then let's take a look at the Pictos. We go with a crit. To get the crit to 100, we get to speed, health, 10,000 HP, 2,400 speed. What do we have on her that's very necessary? Basically the same stuff that we have on the others. We have Cheater, we have Energy Master, it's very important. We have a second chance, is nice to have, but not completely necessary, but it will help you a lot. We have Warming Up, which is nice. Painted Power, Powerful on Sciel, Rush on Powerful. Basically the same as all the others. Then we have Sciel. A weapon with Sciel doesn't matter, pick whatever you want. What skills do we use with Sciel? With Sciel we like to have this one, applies Sciel, Powerful and Rush. We use this all the time. This one is so necessary. Then we have Intervention. This one is also very necessary because we don't have speed on Mael. So every time Sciel gets a turn, we try to use all set with 9 AP. If she has 9 AP, she can use all set and have just enough on the next turn to play Intervention and give the turn to Mael. And also on Sciel, we just go for health and speed. And what kind of Pictos do we use? Kind of the same as the others. Also on Sciel, I will show. So Sciel can also apply powerless, and she does that by also a gradient skill. So we want to fill up the gradient bar in the last phase and apply a Doom. Applies powerless, defenseless, and slow for 3 turns. And if you do have the slow pictogram that increases slow by another additional 15%, please do take it. It helps a lot. I didn't use it, but simply because I didn't know. That's basically the fight. I will show you the footage of how I killed Simon, so you can copy it turn for turn. I apologize, I had a friend talking in the background, but even he was surprised at the end because it took me so long to kill him, and at the end we did kill him, but it just took a while. Please enjoy.
Lovely feet. Feel energized. Not impressed. Why, yes, another dance.
So this is the attack that he does to put your character's HP at 1. It's not a problem usually, but if it hasn't been your character's turn in a while, you need to use a recovery tint to heal with your other character.
Violence, yes. I'd love a dance. Good stuff. Ready to strike. Watch out! Energized. Didn't really need it. Let's carve a path. You're outmatched.
Interesting.
Energized.
There are two attacks that I really don't like. It's this one, perform along a combo. This one is so hard to master, but I noticed that if you dodge the first 3, then if you get hit by the last 2, it's not that bad. And the other one is the one with the Sword of Lumiere, which is like a delay attack. It's really nasty to time. The speed of light attack you get used to. Like once you apply a powerless and you have a shell on yourself, the speed of light attack is not that bad. You will actually prefer it over the long combo and the Sword of Lumiere, funny enough. Here I apply a healing tint to Monoko because it's not his turn yet, and he was low health, and it turned out to be the wise choice.
Now's my favorite part. What lovely feet. Let's carve a path. Bring it on.
So when he kills your character on his last turn, he does not remove the body from the playing field, so you don't have to panic.
Well,
Watch out. Let's carve a path. Good stuff. Minoko, get ready. So much power. I would have lived. My turn.
There's over there.
Murderous rage. You're outmatched. What to choose? The sweet taste of battle. Your turn to dance. Just try it. Violence. We're overdue for some mayhem. Let's carve a path. That's better. Your turn to shine. We're overdue for some mayhem. Try again. That's more like it. Let's carve a path. Why, yes, I'd love a dance.
I messed up. I lost my Monoko on the easiest attack possible.
Not impressed.
But sometimes it happens, and this is what happens if you don't give up.
Cut him down. You're outmatched. Last ditch effort.
Here we go, guys. This is the start of phase 3. If you're having difficulty reaching phase 3, I recommend switching the parties around and practice dodging with Sciel a little bit, because Sciel is tanky. That way you can get the timing right and switch the parties back again to do the real deal.
Shields up! Let us stain them. Elements, converge! Let the ink flow. Meet your reckoning. Full deck. Now's our chance. It's locked on you. Strike. I feel better. Prepare for annihilation. Now's our chance. Elements, converge! Let the ink flow. Lightning, dance! Oh, yeah. hurt.
A storm is coming. Meet your reckoning. I won't waste this. Elements, converge! Time to strike. Oh, my love. Full deck.
Finesse and grace. Shields up. And guard.
Danger!
Let's gamble.
Do me in.
This will hurt. Good.
Elements, converge!
Let's dance.
Time to strike. Oh, my love. Let's gamble. Your turn to shine.
Time to hit big. Shields up. Ready to go.
Overflowing with energy. Let us stain them. Meet your reckoning.
Ready to parry.
That's lucky. Well, well.
Finesse and grace. Get out of this, Countess.
elements dance. Elements converge. Meet your reckoning.
It's locked on you.
Well, well. Here we go. Your turn to shine.
This will hurt. Prepare for annihilation. Ready to go.
Look out. Let the ink flow.
Finally, after all these hours, I can take my revenge on this guy. And as a funny bonus, you can see my friend's reaction towards the end. He's like, holy shit, you finally did it. I can't believe what I just witnessed.
Ik kom terug zo en denk ik ja, gekke dingen laten doen, jongen, met die klok en zo. En je denkt van, weet je wat, ik laat hem met rust, dan ga ik hem weer verpesten. Ja, daarom. Oh shit, jongen. Fuck ja, jongen. 10 jaar geduurd, toch niet? Oh,